Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay,
Well,
I think we're running. I think we're running here.
we here.
Yeah, we're here.
We here. Okay, we want everybody. Where's the people's champ?
He's in Florida, man. I'd have been down there too with the funeral that's going on. So
Hmm.
uh, Paul is there at the funeral. He said he may jump on, maybe even on his phone, whatever the case may be. But we'll see how that all works out.
Oh, my one of my favorite people. What's up, Stephanie Scott?
Yeah, Stephanie Scott.
Scott, love some Stephanie Scott. How you doing, girl? Okay. Oh, Judy Hill. I got to tell you, Judy gave me one of my first opportunities to speak. A lot of
Judy.
people's here today, man, just popping on. Yeah. All
Cool.
right. I love you much, Judy. Aaron Wilson, what's up, Aaron? Owen, what's up? Mo, Big Mo, Corinne Mary Kay, Pat. You know what that is?
Who's that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephanie Scott is good. Good. Stephanie, I know you're great. I'll try to see you soon. Mike Dortch.
Oh man, Mike Dorch.
Yeah.
What's good? You know the deal. We good.
Yep. So let's start. Let's open.
Um, I was just check my man my man Aaron. He was like he enjoyed the conversation with Dr. Ben Baker. I was on the podcast for Allegheny East G
Oh
with
yeah.
Ben Baker
Yeah.
discussing Black history in the Adventist Church.
Oh, that's
Coretta,
good. Yeah. Cor-
Coretta,
Coretta.
Coretta,
Coretta.
Coretta.
JB, one of my favorite people in the world. Hey, let's do the openings. Let's play the music and start this.
Yeah, let me just run it for a little bit. Here we go. Everybody, just take a time and share.
Yep.
Share, please. Hey, Claudette, what's going on? Hey, and I want to say this for everybody who helped me out with Pine Forge Pizza.
Man, that's on the script. Word. Word.
I
Word.
know, I'm just saying, I
Word.
just seeing people right now, man. I
Word.
want to be like, yo,
Word.
thanks, man. Thanks.
Word.
Thanks.
Word. Listen,
Oh,
P.
this
Don't forget to put our tag on there. We gotta collect some money so we can give out more pizza.
I hear you. Owen was saying, what's your take on the hire at Grambling? But we're gonna get with it.
We're gonna get to that.
Jeremiah is like, where's Paul?
Paul Paul's doing family business.
Yeah, yeah.
Are,
All
are you
right.
gonna play the opening?
The opening. You can't hear the opening.
I didn't hear the opening.
The opening is playing right now. I hope everybody can hear it. Let me just ask in the comment section. Can you guys hear the song playing?
It's
I hope
straight
so.
straight quiet in the background.
Really?
Yeah.
Then that might be something with my stuff. Guys, can you hear music playing in the background? They said no, they can't
No.
hear it.
Hmm.
I got something wrong with my joint. So hold on, everybody. Hold on 1 second. Let me just find out what's happening with my system because everybody should be hearing.
Well, everybody they're just saying no. So in the meantime, while that's going on,
Yeah, go ahead.
everybody. Hey, what's up, Jimmy? How you doing? Vivian Bryant. I don't know, Vivian. Vivian, how you doing? Reed Karen or Karen Reed. What's going on? Erica, what's up? I got your text the other day, your messenger. Erica Clifton, love you much. Gamecock or Clemson, but she's from Texas, so she's an original Texas person. What's up?
Winona said that we need to beatbox in the meanwhile.
No,
Happy
those days are
birthday, Winona. Happy birthday.
really
All
Winona.
right.
Okay,
Let me just make sure it's working now. How about now?
there you go.
Okay. Okay. All right. Just want to make sure we was rolling.
I for
Right.
for for
Here we
for a,
go.
se- for a second, I thought you fell off.
Nah.
I thought, that's the
Nah.
worst thing you can tell. If you're from New York and
Say, yo,
somebody
you
say,
fell
"Yo,"
off.
I go, "The Grams fell off." You going?
All right. So
Those are fighting words right there.
I'm the only one that was hearing it back here because I was running it through another system. I'm like, yo, how come I can't hear nothing? When you were like, run the music, I'm like, I'm hearing it. So I can hear it here, but I couldn't hear it out there.
Quinn and Quine.
Oh my goodness, Reverend Quine, I'm sorry about that, man. Today was we had a funeral this morning, so we was online just running and running and running. So that's where we were.
I
That's where we
got
were.
all around that. I got ahead of what I needed to get together. Yeah. Now the sun is out here in New York City. So
Yeah, we supposed to be having like 60 something degrees right now.
yeah, Yeah,
What we have.
it's all good right there.
All right, we're gonna run it. We're gonna ask everybody to go ahead and share this with someone. People want to know where Paul is at. Paul is in Florida. We had a funeral in Florida for my dad's sister, which is our aunt. And Paul did the truck. He drove down there, and he's supposed to be jumping on if he can, but you know the festivities and all that's going on down there. So if he does not jump on, then we'll have less chewing in the microphone today.
And less of your mouth clap.
Yeah, we will hear less clapping in the microphone. So
okay, Vivian said, Vivian Park, she is the South Florida Federation president. You talked about her a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Yes, you're right, Gary. We did.
Yeah.
We did. See, everybody share this with someone. We're gonna get ready to continue with this.
Yeah, we're trying to set records in March now.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna try to say this a nice way. People think they're us. Is that the nice way to put it that way?
No, don't. No, that. Erica said, "Don't do Paul like that. Come on, don't do Paul like that."
No, Paul, no, Paul is our main dude.
Yeah, we'll be jump on.
We'll be able to carry the show without him once.
Listen, listen what Wendell said. No worries about losing a sponsor without Paul today. That's for sure. That's for sure. That's for sure. G, let me tell you, man, it's that kind of week where we got up and my man Putin was like, yo, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm chilling. And all of a sudden, man, he started hitting Ukraine.
You knew this cat was coming for the yellow and light blue.
Yep.
Their flags that do. Long time. This is a long time coming. And you saw the build up. Yo, I hate to say this. The day when they said that they were pulling out and they showed the train leaving, I thought, no, that train is going into
going in, it's going past the border.
Man. It's pure madness out there. Pure madness out there. I don't know, man. I mean, let's throw it into the chat. What are your thoughts on the Ukraine? Because I'm going to tell you this. Why now? Because this invasion could have happened 4 years ago, 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
Why now? Yeah. So I think there's a little political embarrassment to Biden.
Sure.
And
it's going to put him on Front Street a little. It's going to put him on Front Street, and because you notice, even though we sent 7,000 troops to Europe. I didn't say there, but we sent 7,000 troops to Europe.
Yeah, that's to join the NATO forces.
Right. What I think they're trying to do, he's trying to hit them with sanctions because Russia does not have a lot of natural resources.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what I'm afraid of. I think this thing is going to escalate into a cyber warfare because all those things. Remember when somebody cut down the pipeline a couple of years ago? Pipeline. I think all of this here in the United States. I think all of those were tests to happen in the future because sanctions against oligarchs, that's nothing to me.
Right. I got you.
Shutting off people's lights, that's nothing to me. The fire they came into the Ukraine with, that's what bothers me. And it bothers me when you see kids in the NICU have to go into a basement to survive.
Right. Gee, they're in the subway station.
Yeah, of course I would run to the subway station.
They in the subway station hiding.
Vanessa, exactly. That's what I think.
Yep.
Yeah,
Vanessa knows what's going on. She knows what's going on with that. And of course, like Gary, you just said, the government has already warned us on cyber attacks and things to come.
Yeah. I'm going to say something a little controversial here. This is not the only country in the world that is being pushed out and having refugees. This country, the United States, make European immigrants and European and Saudi Arabian refugees. We're supposed to be compassionate toward them. Right. Same thing is going on in Central America with them drug lords and people, and in Haiti. Do you know that the Dominican president is trying to build a wall between Haiti And
Gary, stop it. I didn't even know that.
pull it up. Pull it up.
Gary, are you serious?
Not everything fitting in new. I was like, where are they getting all of this ideas from?
Come on,
So
Gary. I didn't even know that, man.
at the end of the day, Trump is a autocrat in training. But what happened is he opened his big mouth and couldn't get the election. If he would have shut his mouth
I would have won.
and played back, he would have won.
Yeah.
You understand? Then he
Yeah.
could have worked on chilling with, China's not saying anything because the next thing you know, China, this is precedence for China to go into Taiwan.
Right. To go across and run that
Taiwan.
host, and South Korea doing the same thing. North Korea doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you if you don't do something.
So if you're coming into a bully club and then you're not no bully, you're like, I make friends like, don't touch anything. I make sure this is this take it. But he lost his part. What it is. So that's where that is.
Somebody asked what's all the enamels? What's all the Gary, how you got all these names? I thought we were coming on.
Wait. You typed that in there. Get out of here. How did that get
not.
There?
I didn't type that
What
in.
Is all
Gary
the
Graham,
enamels?
MPHLM.
That got left because we did a show last week.
Okay.
For mental health. And so, hey, listen, man. If you
listen, G, it's up to you.
If you're offended by the letters behind my name,
well, brother, I'm not offended. You keep whatever you want to keep up there. I'm not offended. So you go ahead.
I'm gonna edit the name. I'm gonna edit it right now, and do it for the fans. I'm just gonna put G.
Go ahead, G. Just put General. Everybody don't know that. That's what we used to call Gary in school. At Great New York, the basketball team used to call him the General.
Yo, because
go ahead, tell me why. Tell me why.
Because I got it from this guy. His name was Gary the General Grant.
Oh, you know where I thought it came from? I thought it came from the Admiral.
No,
so they called you the General because of the Admiral.
My man, I gave myself that name. So there was a guy that played for the University of Michigan. You could pull it off. Thank you, brother Wendell. His name was Gary the General Grant. This is before the Fab Five. So Michigan has their tradition of great athletes, which brings me to what's up with your boy Juwan Howard giving I'm gonna say it in Jamaican, licks.
Yep. First of all, you called me on that. Wait, hold on. By the way, who is typing snack time with the Grams? I'm not typing it. So Paul is somewhere?
Somebody said punks. Did they just put that? Is that punks? That somebody said?
I don't know. Paul is on here somewhere saying you'll let me in. You are on the wrong StreamYard. Let me just tell you that right now.
Oh, Paul is on probably tomorrow's StreamYard.
You need to get off of Bible Boot Camp StreamYard and jump on Snacks. That's Paul. That's why I was like, Snacks time with the Grams. He's like, you'll let me in.
That's why I asked you, what is that? And now he cussing at us.
He need to know where to come in. That's not. I mean,
you should know better than that.
Come on.
Is it Paul? Listen, Paul.
He ain't in this studio. Wherever studio you at, Paul, turn around and come back to
you tomorrow's show.
Right, you somewhere else. I don't know where you at.
See what Holly put. Hey, let me in. No.
Yep. He's still saying, "Hey, let me in." Listen.
Where are you? We don't see you.
All right, you know what I'm gonna do, G? I'm gonna go ahead and send him. I'm gonna send him an email. Paul, I'm sending you an email to pick it up because you in the wrong spot. I don't know where you at.
But he hasn't even texted us.
Nothing.
Wait. He just told me send credentials.
But he has to have the credentials because he's typing on snack time with the Gram, so he's got to be in there.
I don't see him. He must be on tomorrow's. Can that happen?
Nah, I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, Pizzo, I just sent it to your email, so hurry up and jump on. I don't know what's
Vanessa
saying it right. There's always one sibling who will get that whole thing wrong.
Hey, Vanessa, which one of your siblings that always get it wrong? I know it's not you. Pat, I think it's not Paul. I think it's Putin in them.
You think they cyber attacked us already?
Because we said mad stuff about them.
So, Paul, I sent it to AOL, Paul. I didn't mean to say that in front of everybody, but yeah, you still got that old AOL, and I hope y'all still don't got AOL and Yahoo.
I do.
You still got AOL, G?
Yeah, Gary A. Graham at AOL.com.
AOL, man. Yeah. I remember AOL back in the day, how it used to start up with the modem.
Yeah, see, but no, tell you, I still got AOL.
Gary still got AOL. All right, we're waiting for Paul to come in. I'm not sure where he is, and I know he's not coming in this thing from at the burial grounds. I'm
Paul,
sure he's not.
But she's not getting buried today.
Gary. Wendell said that his dad still got Earthlink.
Yo, that's just as old as AOL.
Yeah. Earthlink. Erica said her AOL is her junk mail.
Lord, there's someone. Oh, here you come now. He said, send it to his cell phone, so you know it's trouble coming.
That means he's on his cell phone.
Hey, it's trouble.
All right, okay. Tell him I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send it to his cell phone. Yeah, G, talk to me. Your boy Juwan Howard.
Yo, listen, so it's still bothering me.
What was the conversation? What was the conversation about? You think when they met each other? Explain the whole timeout thing for me, because I kind of missed that. What was that?
So Michigan was getting blown out by Wisconsin.
Right.
All right. So my man lost his shoe on the court with like about 4 seconds left on the clock.
Okay.
And then so the Wisconsin coach called timeout so your boy could put on his shoe.
Right.
Yeah, but that's some general business. What really he called timeout to do, because they in Wisconsin, is to prolong the game.
Right.
It's kind of like rubbing mud in your face.
Right.
You're up by 14, so why you calling a timeout?
The game. Right.
Exactly. So they on the receiving line. Here comes your boy. Keep him out there for a little. He need to be what's the word I'm looking for?
Finish the story first. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him.
You controlling that. So they on the line, and then when he tried to come on the line, Juwan goes in a, don't say nothing to me, don't talk to me. So trying right. So your boy, and this is where I got triggered. Your boy did Mr. Mandel. You know how he used to hold us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so this is with a cultural thing. First, you don't put your hands on any other man.
Right.
So
right.
He kind of grabbed him up, like, well, you're gonna talk to me and you're gonna shake my hand.
Right.
And he was like, F that. So everybody got into a scrum.
Right.
And then the assistant coach from Wisconsin tried to grab up one of the Michigan players.
Right.
And then, Juwan Howard was like 6'10", and his claws like this.
Yeah.
He ain't punch him. He give him one Ross. Pow!
Yo, he didn't even punch him. He gave him the open hand slap, like right here.
Pow! He put the whole hand in his face.
I saw it. Man.
So he was wrong, right? He was wrong where that is. But the Wisconsin coach.
Wendell said it's like shooting a three and playing a full court press on defense when you're up by 30 with 2 minutes left.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is that's where that was. But the thing is that Juwan ended up paying $40K. He was one of the first $100 million men.
Oh, really?
In the NBA. Yes, he was.
Really?
He was the first $100 million. He used to play for the Miami Heat and sit on the bench. And Pat Riley gave him that $100 million. So that's me and Tony's boy.
I got you.
Right?
I got you.
But the thing, what happened is that $40,000 ain't nothing to him.
Yeah. Well, it was a $40,000 slap, and you heard it.
Yeah. And so the other coach didn't get suspended at all.
So it was because that he hit him. That's the reason why.
Well, he should have. I'm surprised he didn't lose his job.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
But the guy roughed him up though. Come on, that don't count for nothing.
The guy started it by roughing him up. You understand? My man's finger is this long. You told him don't F with him, and he's still with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When we gonna have Dwayne Wood on the show, G?
Dwayne Wood, I see him on the LinkedIn side.
Oh, okay.
Because I do LinkedIn, so Dwayne could come on the show anytime.
Yeah, no, I want him to talk about his stuff. So let's get him on when we sometime down in March.
Oh,
Kim
said that he did get suspended one game.
One game.
Yeah.
Learn. Somebody missing. Let's go ahead and pull Paul, G.
Let's bring him up. Okay, cool.
Paul. Hold on 1 second so that.
Oh yeah, you know he's gonna cuss us if he does that. What's up? See, unprepared. Look at it. Look at it.
I can't hear you. We can't hear you. Take it off of. Take it off. My cousin right there. That's my cousin. That's my cousin right there. With the fine wife.
Oh yeah. Oh well, they had the Golden Corral.
Oh, they had the Golden Corral. That's right. Yeah. That's right. But Paul, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. That's the wife right there. G. That's your boy's niece.
Right. Exactly.
New number.
Hi.
That's your boy. That's your boy's niece. Paul, turn it sideways. That's what we always tell our guests. Turn it sideways.
I watched a couple weeks ago the whole thing. It was very good.
Hey, hold on, Paul. That's cousin. Ask him what song did they sing at the funeral. That was nice.
Oh, Jim. He wants to know what song did you sing at the funeral? What was the song?
Yeah, the group sang.
Anything and Everything by the Wall.
Anything by who?
Chris picked it out.
There it goes. Chris picked it out.
And Everything. That was good. That was good. Paul, do me a favor. Don't pick your nose and don't put it by your ear because your ears is dirty.
You favor your father.
Paul, turn it sideways.
Yo, I just got something to say.
That's it, man. See, now
finally,
nobody up in that place got masks on.
You in Florida.
Listen, we have to learn to live without the mask. It's now turning into an endemic instead of a pandemic.
You better believe that. Matter of fact, I think Maryland just stopped from their schools, man. It's a done.
Where you going?
Deal.
Where you going, Peace?
Nowhere, man. I'm sitting down talking.
Come on, Gary. Gary, he's at the Golden Corral. Golden Corral is for 65 and 70 years old and up.
No, I'm hungry.
That's wild, Pat. That was wild.
It's true. Nobody go to Golden Corral. They don't season their food. Their food is for senior citizens.
Yeah, I got a piece of chicken stuck in my teeth.
It's better than fish, so you good.
Yo, I'm hearing Gary talk about the fight, man.
Yeah, man. Juwan Howard, man, with the fight, man. Crazy.
And put his hand on him.
Yeah. His middle finger went around his neck on the slap.
Yo, I love the Fab Five. I love them.
Jimmy mad at me. He said, "But don't do that, Pat. The fried chicken is the bomb in the Golden Corral."
Yo, big shout out to Jim Gibson for coming through on the grief counseling.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say with him doing the 40-day, man. People do 40 days and don't last. So Hannah said, "Watch it." Okay, I take it back, everybody. What I said about Golden Corral. All right. Matter of fact, Gary's gonna pay for each one of y'all to go up in there. So I
got you. Once I get my money from the oligarchs.
Wait, everybody talk. Gary, I need to go then, because now she's talking about the rolls. The rolls are good.
It's good, bro.
Yo, Golden Corral got some good food.
I don't like bread, man, but the rolls are good.
Yeah, I got some news just now, Paul. Are you driving Zenovia's car?
See, that's you know what that's about, right? Because Zovi drove up with Tony.
Oh, okay.
Right. And so let me just tell you, Zovi ain't help.
Oh, he drove the whole way?
He drove the whole way. Zovi, I said, "What's up with Zovi?" His dad, Zovi, sleeping. What's up? Zovi's gram, so she get a pass. Yeah, she didn't do that.
You know, she's not saying that she missed her car. She's saying
she wants her car to go back.
That's right.
That's what.
She didn't say she met. Oh, she wants the car that when she gets back down to Maryland, she wanted the car to go back to
Huntsville. To
Huntsville.
I may be able to help her because I'm going to Oakwood on March 8th.
For what?
She needs to be back there March. She should be back there March 5th.
No, she can go back. I'm saying I'll drive it down and I'll drive it down and then fly back.
What you going to Oakwood for?
There's a Beta Youth Directors.
There's always something because Tony finally got it. He said you usually see a lot of administrators because a lot of people don't understand there's a lot of meetings that go on at Oakwood that we don't know. Like,
but let me help you with that real quick. Did you say Godon? I just wanted to hear. Did you say that Godon?
He did, Pat. I heard him.
Go down.
No, MPH, MA, Masters in Public Health. I'm asking you a question. Masters in Public Health.
Don't get smacked like Jawan smacked that man. Don't get smacked.
I was just asking because I know that we say some things. I just wanted to know if you said gold on. That's all. That's all, G.
Why y'all worried about what I'm saying? And y'all need to be running for cover from oligarchs.
I hear you.
Patrick.
Yeah, P.
He said it.
Yeah, I know he said it. Yeah, listen. Maurice said I heard it too. So I just want to.
Maurice about to get fired. we need to put Maurice. See, I just say Moniz, right? Yeah, Moniz. We need to put him on probation with the Panamanians.
The Panamanians off probation. They've been
Panamanians
off Hannah Lane, Yvette. They all off probation. Okay. Yeah, they good now, man. Don't worry about them. Yo, I want to switch this up real quick. Oakwood Academy. Come on, y'all. Come on. We ain't gonna stay here long today. Talk to me about Oakwood Academy.
I say to that, I heard some ignorant people make comments like they shouldn't have been in that league if they knew that was happening.
Get out of here with that.
The reason why this happened is because they did make arrangements going in, and the governor is very upset.
I heard.
Well, they answered the governor and got snippy. Yeah,
really.
Pat, wait a minute. I'm trying to get Carlin to come in, so we kind of
okay. So we'll wait on it then. We'll wait till Carlin come in because he know the deal.
Right, Carlin knows the deal.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably listening now, and then as soon as we see Carlin jump in, we'll talk about that. So, in short, they were in the league for since 2016, but the team wasn't good enough. And then when the team got good, they went through the later rounds, and then when they was about to play, here he comes right now.
I see him. Okay, I see him. Go ahead.
And so when they tried to play to get the 7:30 slot that was after the Sabbath, the team that was playing in the Sabbath slot offered to give them the slot.
Come on.
Right.
And the official said no. And so they carried on, right? And so those clowns, so it made a big deal. And then Governor Ivey, now the latest, wrote them really, what the F? I'm going to just put it like that.
Right.
And they wrote back Governor. So we're now back to Governor Ivey getting it from them. So I had to call our boy in Nashville.
Yeah.
The expert, and he's been following us for a year. I called him just about an hour ago. I said, yo, just untangle this whole thing for us.
I know he know it too, because let me tell you why I know he know it. Reverend Quine had hit me up Sunday morning, and we were talking about Beta coming together as youth directors and starting a league, like a 9-conference league, and add on Baptist churches and add on all of that, and so that we can have our own. Now, don't get me wrong. I think people were also hitting we need to sue, we need to this. I agree. Okay, stay on that side. What I'm saying, we got to have our own. And cats hit me up. Carlin's name kept coming up. Carlin from down south, and there's a dude up in Lake Region with the CCF group that's up there. They got the big league up there, and it was like, yo, let's just come together and do it. So I'm like, shoot, let's go ahead and do it. But that's my man Carlin. He's like the black Mr. Roddy to me. So I mean, you call him whatever you want to.
Further than that, bro, he's like the commissioner. Yo, Carlin's from Michigan, right? So that's
true.
He's from Michigan. He's a Michigan fan.
I think he's from Niles.
They're from Niles. So he can also explain to you the clap that
Juwan Howard. All right, so let's bring him.
Let's bring him on.
Wait, Gary and Pat. Where's Carlin now?
Nashville with his fine wife.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But we're not allowed.
Hold on. Before we bring him on,
we're not allowed to say that.
No.
We stopped that, right?
First of all, he remember, it's against our rules. He's a little bit light, but we bringing him on anyway.
And he handsome.
And he look good. But we don't like no.
He used to drive a race car. So
dig that.
That's right.
So we're gonna wave all of that.
Hold on. Yes. And we can say this. Robin, like the finest thing that one of the General was like one of the finest things that walked Oakwood campus. Let's get that down packed.
The only reason I crushed on Robin because she was from Colorado, and my obsession with Colorado.
Colorado, I got you. I got you. I don't know how he pulled her, but he pulled her from a long time ago.
Well, my man is pulling
first
race
time-
cars. He's pulling race cars.
So then,
So race car people who drive race cars don't
it's-
sleep.
no,
All right. Okay.
Gary, hold on. I gotta say, my girl, she's from Virginia. She said we need to take a vote for waiving the rules. I'm not sure if she's talking about the rules of basketball or the Graham rules that we don't bring on light-skinned people and people who look better than us. But we're gonna waive the rules for today to bring on Carlin.
All right, let's put him on.
Pull him up. Here he comes. Here he comes.
Here
Here
we
he
go.
comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. Look, the first thing he did is shake his head like.
Well, you see him put his whole title on there now, right? He's gonna get blown out.
Hey. Yo, real talk. Real talk. I'm still at work. And I got my own company. So like if you see like it says Alco Wireless Consulting, like if your church needs to upgrade their internet, add wireless access points, or we manage Wi-Fi or IT support, hit me up, yo. Hit me up.
Well, there you go.
Gee, hold on. I didn't know we did advertising like that. So we're gonna give him the advertising to run like that. He's all boy.
You know what? We have to add, man. We got to make sure we look out for advertising. You better pull out those tapes, man.
Dig it. I'm gonna run it, Gary. I'll run it today.
Right.
I'll run it today. Carlin, my man, how you doing?
What's up, fellas? Man, I feel like when Gary called me, I'm like, yo, I've been watching Snacks. Like, I'm like a faithful watcher. You know, I get 0 shout outs because I'm like not on the East Coast. And I'm like, yo, like, and I'm sitting here, I'm going, I feel like I'm on the Ellen show or something like that. I gotta get past the first 30 seconds and you'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm really here, yo.
Nah, man, you with us, man.
Yeah.
I remember going down to. Now you used to live in Niles. I think I said Niles.
That's right.
Niles, Michigan, with my man up here. Man in Virginia with Todd Hunt.
That's my cousin. That's my brother.
Yeah, now
right.
Todd and them have their own thing going, and we need to bring them on.
Yeah, they doing their
I'm
thing
part of
too.
it. It's called Sustain the Change.
Right.
So that's me, Todd, Joey, Kibble, Brian Watts, Leah Mills, Chapman.
Yeah, Leah,
Lonnie's wife. She's been
Leah,
on Forbes magazine.
Yeah, Leah and I be working together tomorrow.
Okay.
And
she's tough, man.
Yeah, big time. And I worked with Kelly last week. Kelly came. Kelly, yeah, another beautiful one right there. 5 o'clock in the morning, and she's also. If you want some good therapists, hit up Kelly and hit up Leah Chapman.
Yeah, Leah is on the Detroit side, right?
Hey Gary, Pat, the next movement, man. So I got to run again. I just want to say, Carlin, man, good to see you, man. Good to see your face.
Good to see you, brother.
P, try to jump back on with some snacks.
Your wife is.
Hey man, it's clout. It's called clout, man. It's called
clout. All right, Peace. If you can come back on.
Peace, yo. Let's jump right into it, man. I heard you guys. I was sitting in the weight room. I was biting my tongue. I was born and raised in Niles, Michigan.
There you go.
Mom and dad, when I got to high school, so I went to SDA schools 1 through 8, grades 1 through 8. Niles West High School. Great school, beautiful school, diverse. And then when I got to high school, my parents gave me a choice. They said you could go to Andrews Academy, which is about 20 minutes away from where we were, or you could go to this non-denominational Christian high school right here in Niles, Michigan, and play sports if you want.
Right.
Me and Todd were like, what? It's not even a choice. Yeah? We're playing sports.
We out.
Right. Yeah. But they never, ever, ever discussed the Sabbath with me. Never.
Mm-hmm.
And I played everything that was available. I did baseball, track, wrestling, basketball, you name soccer, you name it. I played everything because I was thirsty, man. And never once did I play on the Sabbath. Wow. Never once.
Wow, really?
And it was never even it wasn't even a struggle for me because I was so grateful to be even playing at all. Because I came from an SDA school that didn't even have intramurals. Right.
Wow.
Right. So like we went to like almost like a basketball power. Like that really? It was serious. Yeah, man, it was serious. It was a white evangelical school. Can I say white? White evangelical school.
Come on. You just took Paul's spot, so go ahead.
Yeah. So before the whole white evangelical Trump movement or whatever, but at the beginning, of the rise of the moral majority. Pat Robertson,
Yep.
Right.
Roberts, yada yada. So I got
Yep.
to see that firsthand. But I was there to get my studies and to hoop, really.
Right.
Right.
And when we first started in 9th grade, half the games were on Friday night.
Mhm.
By the
Yep.
time we were sophomores, a third of the games were on Friday nights.
Right.
By the time we were starting on varsity and juniors, only
All
2
of the
games were
games.
on Friday night.
Oh,
And senior year, when we were favored to win the district, none of the games were on Friday night. And we played against public schools.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
And so think about it. 1989, 1988, 89, Northern Indiana, Southern Michigan. We're talking about Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp was in
We're talking about
in
Glenn
Elkhart.
Robinson.
Yep.
Call the names.
We're talking about
Big
Chris
dog.
Webber. We're talking about Jalen Rose. We're talking about Jawan Howard.
Yeah.
Right.
We're talking about Robert Bolden. You know, I'm talking about. I can go down a whole list of cats.
Michael Finley, I think, was
Mike
around
Finley
there.
was in Milwaukee. He used to come down.
Yeah. That's why he went to
freshman-
Wisconsin. He went to Wisconsin.
Yeah, man. The summer of my freshman year, I went with the team to a tournament. Todd didn't go. Went to a tournament. We played Flint Northwestern, and the starting lineup had Glenn Rice, Jeff Grayer, and Andre Rison was the point guard. We lost by 55.
Wow. Andre Rison.
Was the
That-
point
for,
guard.
for those who don't know, that's Left Eye's man that she burnt down the
His house, right?
His
Right.
house.
Well,
Right.
he
For
was
Atlanta
a wide
Falcons,
receiver in the NFL. Like
Right.
the most famous thing he's famous for is dating Left Eye and having her burn down his house.
Yeah.
But I want to answer that real quick about Jawan
Yeah.
Howard, man. So
Yeah.
I actually had the pleasure of meeting Jawan on multiple occasions. My cousin Todd and our cousin Sam Mitchell, rest in peace, played at University of Michigan.
Mhm.
And he was there the year before the Fab Five got there and was the year there when they got to campus.
Mhm.
And he played the same position as Chris Webber. He was 6'9", 240. And once Chris hit the floor, it's like he wasn't going to see the floor again. So he transferred to Cleveland State. So we got a chance to interact, right? And I can tell you this. People talk about Jawan is from the south side of Chicago and don't mess with Chicago, yada, yada. That's what came out. I'm going to tell you this right here. Jawan Howard is a class human being.
Yeah.
Wow.
When you talk to he did his internship his freshman year at Michigan at Price Waterhouse
Mhm.
or Arthur Anderson. One of the two.
Mhm.
The cat is smart.
Yep.
He is well spoken. He's very thought out. Yeah, he's a fierce competitor and all that. But first and foremost, if you meet him, you'll be proud to have met him because he's a strong black man.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now: when Guard, and I'm gonna say this about Guard. I've met him too, the coach for Wisconsin.
Tell the truth about him, because I heard.
Yo, peace, man. He's a jerk.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
He's always been a jerk.
Yep.
He's not. I don't even think of him as good people.
Yep.
My son's at the age where he's starting to get looks from colleges in the 8th grade. And if Wisconsin ever came knocking at the door, I tell him no, you don't go play for that man.
Yep.
Wow.
That's the way I feel about him, and that was before all of this. Right?
Melvin Suttle put me onto him.
Melvin would know. That's his.
Yeah.
That's his neck of the woods.
That's his neck of the woods. Right.
That's
Right.
his neck of the woods. He's seen the man up close. Like I said, I've met the man. Just shaking his hand. I didn't care much for him. So when you take a white man who, forget even the timeout and the unsportsmanlike stuff that he did, because at the end of the day, we're talking about competing at the highest level, right?
Mhm.
So whatever he did during the game, he did. It was unsportsmanlike. As a coach, I wouldn't have done it, right? It's sending a message to the other team that this is
Sorry,
this
guys.
is what
Sorry. Go ahead.
this is like I don't respect you.
Right.
That's the message that it sent. Okay, it is what it is though. And Jawan knows better. He knows that if you don't want that smoke, don't get down by 15.
Right. Right.
Right? He understands the rules. But the moment that Guard grabbed his arm, even if it was for a split second, as if to say, listen, boy, I'm gonna explain to you what was going on.
That's exactly what it is. Yep.
And his commentary in the press conference afterwards told it all. He's like, I don't know if he knew that the 10 seconds was about to expire. I don't know if he's familiar with that rule. Are you kidding me? Jawan Howard, member of the Fab Five, been to 2 national championship games. You ain't never played in no national championship game, Guard. Played for the Miami Heat in the NBA.
First $100 million player.
Well, actually, Allen Houston was the first $100 million.
True. That's right.
With the Knicks. When you talk about wasting money, you got to start with the Knicks. So
always. That's a subject
they
on its
were
own.
first in line. They were first in line, man.
Yep.
Allen Houston.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, he's not even a top 75. He's not even a top 200 player. But anyway, Juwan Howard obviously is a student. Coach of the year last year in the NCAA. So you're gonna tell the coach of the year, the current sitting coach of the year, the NCAA, that he don't know the rules?
Right.
It was so condescending and disrespectful.
Gaslighting, bro.
The fact of the matter is, he's lucky that Juwan didn't light him up right then and there.
But the old school way, and you know this, and I'm surprised Juwan didn't hold his tongue and went out back and talk to him man to man. And that's what he does so he could light him up. And I don't want to belabor this. I went to a personal situation where somebody fired me like that and tried to get me to act like Juwan, and I just walked out. And then after I walked out, I called my lawyer, and everybody started scrambling.
Yeah.
Look, Juwan know better.
Juwan know better, but let me say this. And he did have an incident last year, so there is a little bit of a pattern.
I saw that. I saw that too.
Yeah. I'm never gonna defend. We got to do right? And Juwan knows that. And I'm not gonna belabor that. They took care of that with the fine and the suspension. That I'm fine. I'm cool with all that. But what I will say is this, and people are gonna disagree with me here. Sometimes as a black man, you two know this. Sometimes as a black man, you gotta take the L to get the dub.
Yeah,
it's true.
Like he knew he was going to get fined and suspended, maybe even fired. But one thing this white man is not going to do on national TV and in front of my kids,
in front of my right,
is disrespect me in a way that I'm a 50-year-old man, dog. Don't put your hands on.
Yep.
Never, ever, ever.
How many kids want to play for him now? I bet
exactly.
I bet you Bronny want to play. I bet you Bronny want to play for him now.
I bet you Bronny want to go.
Yep.
That's a Michigan fan that got to say. I don't really want Bronny.
I don't want to turn this into a sports thing, but now you got to understand, and we got to talk about this. This is almost as deep as Brian Flores, because that's deeper than it is. Yeah, you know they tried to have him sign an NDA with that, but that's another story for another day. But you are right, so that's why it still resonates with me.
Go to my post on Facebook. I addressed all of that like last week. Brian Flores, Juwan Howard, Bubba Wallace in NASCAR, Sha'Carri Richardson versus the Russian skater. The inconsistencies there.
Yeah.
Yo, look, we're here to talk about Oakwood. So go ahead.
No, you're right. But you're right though. I mean, that's it, and this should be more than Black History when it comes to that. Gary already know I'm not the big fan. Before we get to Oakwood though, I want to deal with something personal. We didn't talk about it, and if you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. You were always known at Oakwood as the sports guy. That was Rob Patterson type guys that always had these type of things rolling. Years later, you had an amputation. Did that do anything for you? Before we get to Oakwood, I'm just asking you this personal question. Did that do anything to you mentally as far as sports was concerned, or you just picked up where you from left off? Here you are, a sports. You are one of the most athletic persons that we had at Oakwood.
Still is.
But still is, yeah. And now it's an amputation. Can you just talk about that a little while? If you don't want to, we good.
Man, it's all good. I'm writing a book called Addition by Subtraction: My Journey Through Amputation. What amputation did is it gave me my life back. It allowed me to actually play sports again. What people don't realize, well, people in Dynamic Praise realize it because they were praying for me. In '97, when I moved to Nashville, I was diagnosed with a tumor in my right ankle. I was actually refereeing a pro-am basketball game at the YMCA, and I felt something in my ankle. I was like, did I twist it or something? Through a series of x-rays, MRIs, whatever, come to find out there was a tumor in there.
Wow.
Aggressive. They gave me 6 months to live, did an aggressive surgery to keep my leg. But what it did is it fused my ankle together, so I couldn't run anymore. I walked around like a penguin. Some people, alumni, didn't know. So when I was walking with a cane at some of those alumni from 97 to into the 2000s, people thought, oh, he's just a pimp. He's just,
yeah, the pimp walk.
I actually needed the cane to walk.
Wow.
So from like 97 to 2000, 97 to 2000, 10. What were we in? 20? Oh, yeah, somewhere around 2009, whatever. I couldn't run. I couldn't hoop. I couldn't play sports.
Really?
So we were in Chicago. Me and Robin were in Chicago. Shout out to my wife.
You did.
Yes.
Hold on.
Hold on.
I heard the whole thing.
Hold on.
Oh, thank you. Shante Ikadabashata.
My man said, shout out to my wife. We got this. We said in the back room we wouldn't talk about it, but since you brought it up.
Is there one?
Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
We did it already.
20 years.
How
20 years?
20 years. Yo, hey, man, listen, when we go back to Pastor we went to school with and be like, they didn't know that I married Robin. And they'd be like, yeah, we talking about like top 3, top 5, females that was walking around campus, yada, yada. They get to Robin and be like, yeah, man, she was fine. You were from Colorado. And I'd be like,
yeah.
No,
like, no, really?
You went to HBCU school when you say, you married Robin? You're talking about fine Robin from Colorado?
Right.
Yo, it's bad when everybody just know everybody know your wife like, you mean Robin G. That Robin?
Robin Gelano. She has a name.
Right.
But it's fine Robin from Colorado.
It's not
right.
Colorado.
Yeah, Brian Watts used to introduce her like you know how B talks.
Yeah.
There's always room for Jello. Yeah, the fellas you said there's always room for Jello. You need to ride to the store, you kicking somebody out, yo. You get the front seat, dog.
But you met her early though, right? I mean, at school. I mean,
Bruh, that's a whole nother show.
My gosh.
I did not meet her. Like, she came in 90. So
right.
Y'all came in 88. I came in 89. She came in 90. I went all in 90.
I came in
90 without meeting her.
Yeah, but I knew
you went all 90 without
I came back as athletic vice in 91.
Right.
That was my year. Were you my athletic vice or Rob? Or it was
Andre Davis? No.
My athletic vice was it you or Dwayne Jenkins?
Okay, so Dwayne took over after I left. That's the crazy thing. So here's the thing. I was only there for fall quarter as athletic vice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then Oakland started tripping with the communication department, which was my major. They started dropping class. I was showing up for class, wasn't nobody there.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I got to graduate. This is the beginning of my junior year. I got to go.
Right.
So I transferred out after fall quarter. But get this, in the middle of that, I met Robin as I was a navigator. She was a navigator.
Hold on, Gary. He said a navigator. You're only an Oakwoodite. Only
Oakwood know what a navigator is.
Oh, bro.
Wow.
Gary was a navigator.
See, hold on a second. I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna give a shout out to Snacks with the Grams. Me and Pat for the last. Paul is not in this part. We're trying to figure out what makes the show great.
Ooh, Erica Clifton.
You were supposed to come here and talk
Gary,
about.
Look at him, Gary. Erica Clifton is on.
That was my little sister. No, y'all don't understand. That was my little sister. I got family from Dallas, man. I used to go down and stay in Dallas. So her brother Brian and I, we used to play flag football like nobody could beat us.
Nobody can beat you now. You're probably one of the best guests because those numbers are jumping.
Listen, Gary. Listen, only OC folks know what a navigator is. Vintage.
Hell yeah.
When he said I was a navigator, so a navigator, for people to understand, Carlin, just explain to people what a navigator was.
Hold on. Wait. Yvette was a navigator, bro.
Gary, stop it.
Yeah, she just said that.
She said she was a navigator. Explain the navigator for people.
Go ahead.
Okay, so those are non-freshmen, so you can be a sophomore, junior, senior, whatever. In some cases, where's Rodney Cooper, a 7-year student, whatever.
6, 7.
And you would be their freshman the week of freshman orientation, and basically the navigator helped freshmen get acclimated to campus.
Right.
And then you had navigators like the Grams who had their own personal,
Yeah. And real talk though, real talk. Navigator always gave you the leg up on what the fresh stock was coming in with. Are we being real or not? You want me to lie about it? Or you want me to lie about it?
Listen. Again, can I just say, this is what makes this show great, because we here to talk about one thing, and now we talk about like real.
Hold on, that Gary. When he said navigator, he threw me way back. Like, oh shoot, Navigators would be like,
It's-
yo,
it's
we got
so
a freshman
sad
girl.
because-
We got a freshman
sad-
girl coming.
sad-
Hold on,
sad
G,
that-
you from Andrews. Gary, you from Andrews.
Which I knew them boys from.
I understand. I understand.
The- the-
Navigators would come in like, yo, Pat, just saw this fine one just walking here from Georgia. Like,
Yo,
Or
we be
South
doing the
Carolina.
debrief every call. It would be like 18 dudes in the lobby in the debriefing. We'd be debriefing, but like, yo, in this freshman class,
And you had no name. You had no name. Your name was
the one
Mobile,
with the ponytail from California.
Mobile, Alabama. The one from
It was always where
Mississippi.
they were from too, right? Right, yeah. Girl with the gap in her teeth from Charlotte.
That's
Right.
right.
Yo, dude.
Listen,
True.
G, I'm sorry, G. We didn't mean to go this
It
way,
is
but
what
when my
it is.
man
It is what
started-
it was. It is what it was.
it is, man. It is.
Now,
It
now,
is.
now, girls know what happened. It was like, girl from the Gap from Arizona said, I
Yeah.
didn't know they had black girls in Arizona. Well, son, this one, and they'll break it down.
Or you give them a package deal like the crew from Indianapolis.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
That's right. Or the Chicago gals.
Shout out to Yolanda Donato, who's here in Nashville as a traveling nurse. She just turned 50 2 days ago.
Yeah, I
Shout
saw
out
that.
to her.
So that.
With
Yes.
the RIP Angel Smart.
Yeah.
That was a real group, Indianapolis.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
That's,
Indianapolis crew.
that's Peppy Chapman.
Peppy,
Yep.
the whole group. Yeah,
that
that's Lake
whole-
Region. That's Lake
Yeah,
Region.
that's
yo.
Lake Region. That's Lake Region. That came. Look, somebody said I can't with y'all. No, man.
Yo,
that's-
Carlin, you
that's
hit
it.
it right on the
yeah. He
head.
went down with it. He called it out. He called it out.
And if you
man.
and you don't miss anybody from California, just lit them up by themselves. California was its own.
It was the own thing.
They were own thing. Oakwood in California. Yeah, man. Yeah. God bless you, man, for coming on the
I
show.
remember.
today.
Listen, real quick before we move on, real quick. You were talking about like sections. It was like people don't understand. People think Oakwood is soft or whatever. If you didn't hang with your crew, if you didn't hang with the New York crew, if you didn't hang with the DC crew or whatever,
DC
you was out there on your own.
Yo,
I
the
remember I
DC
got
crew
into it. I
was-
have no problem saying this publicly.
Mm.
I remember I got into it with Kevin O'Dane from Cali. Right, Kevin O'Dane went to Linwood. So that was from Palm Bay. That was
Right.
Alvin. What was his name? Walden.
Mhm.
It was a bunch of them, right?
Yeah, Alvin.
And
Yeah.
I got into it with Kevin O'Dane, and I was like, "Yo, Cali's soft, man. Y'all West Coast.
Oh
Y'all
Lord.
the West Coast, right? I'm from the Midwest. We from the dirt, man. Man, next thing I look up, I'm surrounded. I'm like, Cali was
Gary, what's
Robbie
your
Knight walking up
what's your
on
boy
me.
that
And
used
stuff,
to
and I'm
drive
like,
the-
Robbie, we cool, man.
Listen, I don't you ever underestimate California. They run deep and they run quiet.
You know who run deep too?
Who?
Chicago run
But
deep.
that's the whole. It was the whole Midwest, yo. It was the whole Lake region. We ran tight. So when I talk about the Niles, we were actually closer to Chicago.
Right,
Right.
We were to
Right.
Detroit.
right.
Like Detroit's 3 hours away. Chicago's an hour and 45 minutes. So
Yeah.
like Lake Region Church basketball, I knew more of the cats from Chicago than I
Chicago
did from
way.
Detroit.
Yeah.
God bless,
But we
God
all-
bless,
we all
God
know
bless Chicago.
Nobody messed
man.
with the Midwest because you had dudes like Maurice Gordon.
I was just about to call his name. You just took it right. Hold on. His name ain't even
Nobody-
Maurice Gordon. That's Dirty Riri.
Yeah. Absolutely. Listen, let's move on because I know you guys want me.
Why?
to
Why?
Now,
Let's-
hold
let's
on.
stick to the script.
Lake Region had the gym rats.
Bruh,
Yes, that's true.
Monty Hamlet was one of the best
Yep.
hoopers to come through.
Monty? Oh my God.
So let me say this as well. So Todd and I played legit high school ball. We were some of the first.
There's some wind in here, Pat.
Is that me?
That's me. I turned on the fan. Go
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
okay.
This is
You
fine.
could
Hey man, you could do anything you want now. You
That's
good.
right. You the guest. You the
You're
guest.
coming back on the show already.
And he a little bit lighter than us. So you go ahead. You got it.
Where did you get this? I got the ring light on and I'm still your kid.
Listen.
What are you talking about?
Yo, if you follow the show, everybody understand because
I
about
know
3
the
weeks.
rules.
That's why 3 weeks we're gonna let this go.
Yeah, somebody
Whatever,
just
dude.
said
I'm
the
gonna
Graham
stop
got to get
covering
rid
my
of
beard
it.
so y'all think that I'm not like I'm not Idris or something. You know? I'm as gray as Pat.
Hold on, I gotta go with this really quick. They're like y'all talking like y'all from the jail yard.
Well,
well,
that
you really
area,
wanna know-
that area between Blake Center and Bell Tower.
that's where we pick up the contrabands at the bell
Yes,
tower.
sir. All right. Okay. So Todd and I played legitimate high school ball
Right.
in an area of the country that was known for hooping.
Right.
Right? And we played against public schools. So we played against names. Like I played against cats who had NBA careers.
I'm sorry, I got to stop y'all. They got the Miami girls too.
Oh, that was a crew. That was a crew.
You know,
what Sharon Henley.
Sharon Henley stood up by herself. Happy birthday, Sharon. I think her birthday was
her birthday?
2 days ago.
I hope for the birthday. Come on. I want go ahead, finish up because we need to get to Oakwood. We need to get to
yeah. So I feel comfortable in saying that we were some of the first Seventh-day Adventists to play legitimate high school ball, right? Again, in a public school system against legitimate competition, right? That you would see on TV later in your life.
Okay, Glenn Robinson was the truth, man. Lord have mercy.
Listen, but we did a lot of summer league stuff. So in our division, we saw some guys, but we played. Like I didn't meet Sean Kemp until we played against him in summer ball, right? Mm-hmm. By the way, his team never beat our team.
Mm-hmm.
But so our cousin gave us access to that elite basketball status. So when I got to Oakwood, I had 6 Division I scholarships and 10 altogether. But I turned down to come to Oakwood. I was done. Like I was done hooping. Mm-hmm. You know, people don't realize to play at the next level, you got to have a dedication.
I say that all the time.
You got to have a work ethic. Mm-hmm. Like you're talking about 5:30 workouts and then 7:30 practices before you go to class.
I was just saying that last week. So like when these kids come up to you at camp meeting, talking about I'm gonna be the next so and so, it's like then you shouldn't be here.
Right. You wouldn't be here right now.
You should be right here right now. You'd be someplace else.
You'd be in Texas in a camp somewhere.
Yeah. And some of my good friends that played in the league, like Dante Jones, he played at Mississippi State, took him to the Final Four, dunked on Jesus Shuttlesworth in the against UConn, and he only played 2 years in the NBA.
Wow.
Yep. Got drafted by the Knicks in the greatest draft ever, the '96 draft with Kobe, Nash, Iverson, and he was the number 26 pick, 21 pick, whatever. Wow. Only played 2 years. But you add this, you talking about I'm going to the league. Okay. All right. So anyway, when I got to Oakwood, I was done hooping. Mm-hmm. Right? I was more about I really wanted to socialize. I really wanted to get my major. I wanted the full black experience because I really could have gone somewhere else. Right? Mm-hmm. I chose to come to Oakwood. Mm-hmm. So I chose to accept and embrace the Sabbath. This leads us into Oakwood Academy.
Sure, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
So when we got there, people were like, I remember Buddy Bird. He was getting his haircut in Edwards Hall, and him and Buster was like all A-League. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And Buster was like, "Why don't you play A-League? Why didn't anybody pick you to play?" It's like, well, first of all, A-League's nothing but a click. Number two,
remember A-League?
I didn't run that hard, so I wanted to play B-League. I wanted to play this way.
Yeah.
So, he was like,
big shout out to Benji.
Gary, just stop real quick. You got to be able to explain because our listeners don't understand that. A-League ran the full court.
Yes.
Right.
Back and forth. So when he just came on and said, I just want to run this way. That was the shorter courts from so that after you could at least put your arm around your girl and walk. But if you play the A-League joint, you going straight to bed with ice.
I was averaging like 18 points a game for the purple squad, the freshman squad. So we was putting up like 135 a game, man. We had like 22 dudes on that team. Wayne Buckner was on that team. Dude, you never even remember, man. It's like anyway.
Dude, our biggest rival was balling.
Our biggest rival was actually Oakwood Academy when they were like stout with Stanton Doolin, Brendan Roddy, Dave McClendon, Carlton, Ricky Peters. They were loaded, and we would pack out the gym like an A-League game, and it'd be like 125 to 130, no defense, and we'd have like 3 dudes with 20 points.
Gary, that's when everybody just running the break or just throwing it down court.
Yeah, it was a layup line. It was just a dunk, whatever. Right. So anyway, I really had no interest in like playing for the school or whatever. Although I love Mr. Roddy and he put me under his wing and whatever. I played like 2 games, right? Mm-hmm. But Oakwood ball is different than real ball. So I didn't stand out at Oakwood as a player or anybody that you would think that had scholarships because I'm going to set a pick for somebody and they're waving me off, and I'm like, well,
yo, there you go. It's true. It's true.
You got Will Farrington taking jumpers from 33 feet. Like, what am I going to do? I just sit down and play defense.
Man said Will Farrington. God bless Will Farrington.
Yeah. So anyway, that was my experience. So when I left Oakwood in '91, I actually transferred to Southwestern Michigan where I still had a scholarship.
My bad. The market closed. My bad. Go ahead.
So I transferred to Southwestern Michigan for a semester where I still had eligibility to play.
Okay.
So I was actually on the team, but never actually played because I messed up my knee the first day of practice.
Oh wow. Okay.
So anyway, ended up transferring to Andrews, graduated from there, blah blah blah, moved to Nashville, right?
Right.
Get diagnosed with a tumor. 12 years later, had my leg amputated because I got MRSA.
I know MRSA. Yeah.
They were like, we got to take it or you're going to die, right? Hadn't played ball in like 12 years because my ankle was fused together. Man, I went into the operating room with the cover of ESPN, the magazine. I was sitting in the consultation room and I was crying my eyes out. And I saw on the cover of ESPN, this guy had on a Lakers uniform with a prosthetic leg. And he was like doing a crossover. And I tore the cover off. I took it into the nurse when I went and I said, will my insurance cover this leg? And she said, we'll check.
Man went $6 million man on us, G.
Bro,
it's like, can I get this
bro, I can't tell you how many thousands of dollars it cost. But I had some good insurance. Shout out to Guardian Insurance, man.
So what you were really saying is that you couldn't play before. Now with
12 years
amputation and the new,
I got my leg amputated in April. In June, I got my leg. In August, I played City League flag football, played quarterback, and we won the city championship. I was the quarterback. Ran for 2 touchdowns, threw for 3. That December, played in the league that I started, the church basketball league I started, National Christian Fellowship League, NCFL, and almost had came 1 assist away from having a triple-double on opening night.
Sound like Biggie.
God gave me my ability back by taking away something that was causing me pain.
That's going to be a good book. That's going to be a good book.
Is there one? That's an is there one?
No, it is.
I'm telling you. And from that point, softball, flag football, basketball, roller skating, dancing at weddings.
Did you race before the amputation or after?
Before the amputation, in 2001 I turned pro. I mean, again, we'll have to go cover all this because there's so much of that. I was approached by NASCAR Diversity because I had grown up in Niles, Michigan. I had raced a little bit at local tracks, so I had there's some people that knew that I could drive. Right, went and did a test down here in Nashville Speedway to help out a friend. Ran a faster lap than he did. There happened to be a guy there who was a reporter. Next day, I'm on the front page of the sports section of the Tennessean. I get 3 calls from NASCAR teams wanting to sign me up. So I raced in the Goodies Dash Series, which like you got the Cup Series, the Cup Series, the Grand National Series, then the Truck Series. NASCAR Goodie Dashes was the same as truck, right? I raced in that for 1 season. It was a great experience.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't know that many people.
No, wait, hold on. One other thing about Carlin before he gets into the real reason why my man ran for mayor of Nashville.
That's right. You did. I forgot.
I lost.
Okay. But you ran for mayor.
2018, yes, sir. 2018, one of the greatest experiences of my life.
Yes.
Hey, G, you think he would have known us if he became the mayor? You think he would still be like, yo, Pat?
Whoa. I got a call from G during the campaign.
Like, what's up?
You win, man. We need to hook up, man. We need to do some stuff.
I'm always never. Ask Charito, always networking. I would have been moving to Nashville. I would have done something. His Secret Service, something.
I would have been the Secret Service like this. Yo, what did he say? What? Speak up.
Great experience, man. I learned.
Open your mouth.
So much. I gained so much respect for people who serve our community.
Yes.
I learned that also too. I mean, the secret to the story is that I did not run to win. I ran because I was going to run for city council because I didn't want them to build a high school near our subdivision. Wow. I'm just being honest, right? Wow. And when the mayor of Nashville got in trouble, Megan Barry, for sleeping with her head of security and paying him $170,000 to do it.
Yep.
And she stepped down. My people said, "Why don't you run for mayor for name recognition so that when you run from our district,
you already have the votes and everything to get that."
I was like, man, I ain't gonna do that. They got a petition. I had enough signatures in 2 days to get on the ballot.
Wow.
And I was like, well, I don't have any money. Man, Chamber of Commerce called me up, wrote a check, Like next thing I know, I'm sitting in a debate next to the incumbent mayor.
Yep.
And like, okay, well, let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah.
And
I remember when
I'm really proud of the way that I performed because on the forums and the debates, I was finishing like third, fourth out of 13. You know, in the polls. I finished 7th. You know, in the votes because people just didn't know me, right? And we didn't have that kind of budget. But anyway.
Gotcha. We're definitely gonna man, Gary, we got to get him back on. I didn't know he was like this, man. This is crazy.
I'm Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Gary, you didn't hear him?
Huh?
Gary, stop looking through bills right now. Stop. Put the bills down. Put the bills.
Oh yeah,
down,
that's
man.
true. This is Black Forrest Gump. I'm sorry about that.
For Black Forrest Gump. Hey,
yeah.
You know how it goes.
Open Academy. So
let's take us. There's a lot of stuff going around. A lot of stuff they're talking about. I know that you got your head to the grind. Talk to us about this thing, Gary. We're gonna run this thing for a couple minutes, okay? And then we're gonna run to the next thing. Go ahead. Talk to us about it. What happened?
So real quick, I'm associated with F.H. Jenkins Preparatory School here in Nashville. Okay, that's one of our schools. Dr. Summerwood. Brian Watts was principal for a couple years, right?
Right.
Okay. I was the athletic director for 9 years. So leading up to that, we actually play in a legitimate conference, the Middle Tennessee Athletic Conference. Now it's Tennessee Independent Athletic Association, whatever statewide conference, right? We've run into
Gary,
this.
I'm sorry. Somebody just was trying to put you on Front Street, so I needed to allow you to go ahead and comment on that. Can you see it?
Comment on.
No, somebody just wrote something I just put up.
Parks.
Can you see it?
First of all, it's a fallacy because I actually played with Terry Parks 2 years in a row on the Bomb Squad and the Headbangers, and we was running people off the court. He talking about he used to spank me. I used to be on his team. What is he talking about?
Gary, I just wanted him to respond. That's all. Before I just wanted to respond to it.
Some folks just want to interject just to be more of themselves, man. That's my dog. He's gonna be my bro for life, man. But that was
Gary says the same thing. That's my dog for life.
Hey, listen, one of the cats you want to go into war with, Terry Parks.
Absolutely.
He'd be like, yo, G, don't go out there, hit that bomb. Let the next dude go ahead. And they'll die.
I told you.
I almost got jumped by 2 guys from the VI crew at Andrews, and Terry and them showed up for me. So, like, I got nothing but good to say about Terry.
He's the VI crew. They got a VI crew everywhere.
Shout out to Kenny and Boss. Anyway, all right.
Come on, because everybody was talking about this Oakwood thing. So you are.
Okay. So I need to give my credibility because we've had to deal with this ever since we entered the conference in 2009. We went to the championship. They adjusted the championship time so that we could play our middle school boys.
Right.
We ended up losing because we had half of our parents, Seventh-day Adventists, didn't even want to travel on Sabbath. So they waited to travel and half the team didn't get there till halftime. We lost the championship in our first year. In fact, did not get back, have not been back since, right? But in the last 5 years, we've been to the Final Four 3 times, including a few weeks ago. Right?
Nice.
So our boys and girls made it to the Final Four. The boys made it to Division I Final Four. Girls made it to Division II. If the boys had advanced to the championship, our game was at 7:45 after sunset. If the girls had advanced, their game would have started at 4:30.
Before
all times are set by the conference way in advance. So you can't claim that like they're trying to shut you out or whatever because they do this way in advance because of availability of facility and availability of referees.
Okay.
Okay. So you're not going to start a game at 9 o'clock because you can't get anybody to ref it. Right. Plus 2, you're talking about statewide tournament. So there may be a team from Fayetteville, Tennessee, who's got to drive 3 hours. You're not going to start their game at 8 o'clock, get done at 9:30, and put all of those people on the road to get home after 1 o'clock. Right? So they have more responsibility than just me as a Seventh-day Adventist. All right. So we have that experience. We've been through it. We've actually walked off the court. Pucky. So remember Pucky? His sons played on a team. We went to the quarterfinals. It got to sunset at 5:25. At 5:24, we were just starting the third quarter. We walked off. Right?
Wow.
And that we would have been in the Final Four because we were running. We would have beat that team. Right? So we have experience with this. So here's the thing with Oakwood Academy. Now that the letter has come, so for people that didn't hear all of it, after all the hoopla and being on CNN and all the accolades and yada yada yada, thank you guys for making a stand for the Sabbath or whatever. You forfeited your game. The truth is they violated their contract with the state. They signed a contract in 2017 that said that they would not forfeit or cancel games based on schedule.
Okay.
Now, you could take it one or two ways. You could say, well, the commission should have known that at some point there would be a conflict.
Right.
But you also put that on the school and say the school should have known at some
Right.
point there would be a conflict.
Sure.
Right.
So if you've committed to playing the games, that's different than so people are the conflict here is accommodation versus exception. It's on the goodwill of the conference to make an accommodation for you. We've actually had our conference switch games around, but they don't do it every year. They told our girls this year, if you advance, you just got to forfeit because we got too many other things to move around.
So what about this? Focusing at the fact that there was a school that was willing to change time. Okay, four schools.
You had two games after that, and each game had two schools involved.
Okay, so there was a school that was willing to flip with Oakwood, and then
there were multiple schools that were willing to flip with Oakwood.
Right.
And that's what brings the difficulty into place because there really was no foundation for
or precedent.
But I'm going to say there really was no foundation for the conference to not accommodate Oakwood. They could have, but they didn't want to set a precedent. Because there's more than just religious belief that comes into this. If I'm a school that's in the lower part of the state, I'm towards Mobile, Alabama. I'm asking them every year, put me in the early game, right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, or there's even Jewish schools. They're like, hey, don't play us on a Friday or whatever. Right. It's bigger than just us. So when we say we want to participate in something that's statewide, we got to draw the line and say, we're not putting the onus on them. We're going to own our stuff. They're not going to own it for us. And so if we got to walk off, we're not going to make a big deal about it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you're saying that we made a big deal out of it, not necessarily the team.
Yeah, and I'm saying we as a culture, as a subculture, SDA. I'm not gonna put that on Oakwood Academy. No.
I understand.
That's why. And then the story got up there and it had its own feet. It really. So when Governor Ivey put out the letter, and now the response. Now I need to get you on that because I wanted you to follow on that. Tell me about the response. Did you get any information on that? I read the whole thing, and I mean, bottom line is this: they said it's a contract that was signed in 2017 by Oakwood Academy. That they are by contract promised that they wouldn't forfeit or cancel a game based on schedule. Oh wow! So
the truth is, Oakwood is in violation of the contract. I mean, to the letter of the law. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the truth, in reality, there was a combination that could have been made, but the conference remained inflexible, and that's their right. They don't have to, but they should have, but they don't have to.
See, I get the feeling that no matter what rules are in athletics, that there always are accommodations made, and I think this is the feeling I get from the outside looking in. So let me tell you this. So
Brigham Young University.
Right.
Yes.
Every now and then they make the NCAA tournament.
Yes.
And they say if we advance in the tournament game, the NCAA goes Thursday, Friday, then Saturday, Sunday.
Right. Yep.
Like if we advance to the grade 8, it's gonna be a Sunday game.
Or the Sweet 16.
Or the Sweet 16, right? The next round, the regionals. But if you notice, ironically, they haven't had to move a game for them. It just worked out. But the word is that the NCAA wouldn't have done it.
But I heard they had their lawyers on that prior to that.
But here's the thing. The NCAA has to make several contracts with facilities, with the referees union, with you got to know which game you're refereeing ahead of time. The only reason you would change is if there's an illness or somebody couldn't make it or whatever. So you're contracted to do a certain game. So if a team switches, right, they're bringing an SEC crew to do this and that. I mean, there are several contracts that they would have to rewrite and break. So legally, we could say, yeah, BYU had their legal team in place. But the fact of the matter is they wouldn't have been able to battle all that because they weren't negotiating all the other stuff that it takes to put on an event. And I'm going to put this caveat in here real quick, little sidestep. I see a lot of our colleagues, a lot of our friends that we went to school with whose kids they think have potential to play. You know, I'm not going to say whether they do or not. I can tell you firsthand, it ain't what you think it is. Right, I'm saying most people that make it to the next level are the best players that have ever played at their high school.
Right.
You're not one of them. You're not playing at the next level. You're not playing D1 for North Carolina. I'm sorry. You're just not.
Well, let go ahead. Say your part.
But a lot of our folks are saying, what's wrong with playing basketball on the Sabbath? I would have let them play basketball on the Sabbath. Your drill and drum corps, you know, they had competition on Sabbath. What's the difference, right? I get it. But here's the thing. Who's selling tickets to that event? Who's working the concession stand? Are the refs playing? Are the refs reffing for free? You know what I'm saying? It's work to put on these events, and people forget. Now, if it was just somebody hooping in the backyard, I'll be honest with you. Judge me if you want. I really don't see a problem with that. You know, the Sabbath. I do, but I don't.
Well, you know, Pat and I talked about this, and this is we're gonna have to slide you out because we're on the back end of our show. But man, this is something that we talked about last week. There are talented people. Like, you know, I remember Reggie Smith said in the post that, you know, he gave up Sabbaths to play D1.
Me and Reggie went back and forth, and we had a heated debate, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that part.
Shout out to Reggie.
Right. But the real thing about it is there are millions of dollars involved. And
it's business.
I remember when I was playing baseball, I was the best in my area. And then when I moved up to and when I went into the next area, it was like, wow, everybody else is as good as me. And I always tell this story. When I hit my 2 home runs off the best player, my respect came when they threw the ball at me after that.
Right. Brush him off the plate.
Right. So with that being said, there's more to all of this. I'm so glad that we had you on. I'm so sad that we waited so long.
No, but let me tell you, if this continues this week, we got to bring him back. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. You got to be able to look at all sides of this, right? And again, like I said, I got this call the morning that Pat, since you're the president of Beta, find some way. And the first thing I said was, we're not going to put preachers at the helm of this. That's not our job. All right. And that's the one thing that we said. We're not going to do that. What we're going to do is to facilitate a way that those who already know how to do this can set this thing up.
Right.
And set it up where, listen, in Allegheny East Conference, first of all, you know where CFL come from. That's your area. I'm not talking about Nashville CFL. I'm talking about you.
Shout out to Bernie Headley. Shout out to Bernie Headley.
Big time.
That's right. Bernie and them cats out there. Middleton, am I calling his name right? Middleton?
Yeah.
Middleton, those guys that's out there that's running it. Now you up there doing this in Nashville. Allegheny East got the largest in the Prince George's County. They got the most players, not the most players, most teams that play even more than high schools, bigger than high schools.
Yeah. I had at our biggest, I ran our league for 16 years. At our height, we had 14 teams coming from as far away as Huntsville and as far away as Lexington, Kentucky, 3 hours every week to play.
Wow.
And we basically became a pro-am league. We had ex-Division I players, D1 players. It was like Fight Club. You know, you didn't talk about it because some of the people shouldn't have been there.
Oh, right. But, you know, we do that in Adventures League anyway.
That's true.
You got a mustache at 12? Hold on one second. No, first of all, Gary, you know us with this. You came on and you took us way back. Gary, I'm not going to get over the Navigator. I'm done. When it came, I'm done with you. When you said that, it was a wrap for me right there.
That's like you're authentically Oakwood, if you know what a Navigator is.
Yo, quick confession. I gotta get this off my chest. We were playing flag football in 1989. Nah, whatever year you got there, Gary. Whatever year you got there, and it was like an exhibition game. It was like sophomores versus freshmen or sophomores versus juniors, whatever. and Pat or Paul came across the middle, and I tripped. And when I tripped, I accidentally tripped Paul, and Paul got hurt. And Gary was standing in the middle of the field, go, who leg with my brother? Who leg with my brother? And I'm standing like 3 feet away from Gary, and I'm just like, I don't know who this cat is, but I'm not admitting nothing. I'm like, who leg with my brother? The game is over. I'm a special, whatever. I'm like, this dude is like an Adderall rage war.
They said Adderall.
I'm like,
Right there,
you're
gonna get the Adderall.
we don't pray enough. When we pray, do we pray together? So I'm sorry, Gary. It was me. I never admitted it, but it wasn't on purpose.
Listen, man, we gotta have you back. Can you do me a favor? Could you tell your wife that the Gram said hello? Is that okay?
Oh, I was texting her. I was telling her that her ranking was pretty high.
If not the highest. Well, she's not going to get suspended ever.
No, never. Listen, I also want you to know that, we said we're going to take it to ORC, which is the Office of Regional Conference, and we're going to talk with Beta. We got a meeting coming up in the next 2 weeks. All we need is help. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm actually going to be on that call tomorrow night with Mason West, and then Mason put out the call. He's got like 25 people. He wants to do some sort of roundtable, so I'm on that. I got invited to that,
and it's cool. We don't have to be the lead in it, and that's the problem. I want to be honest with you. I don't think pastors don't need to run that. We just need to support it. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that's where we're going with this. So I didn't get on that one, but I'd like to make sure it happens in some way or another.
Yeah, just reach out, bro. And I want to make it clear to anybody that's listening. I'm proud of the guys at Oakwood Academy for taking a stand. The legalities of all the other stuff, I'm giving you the real. I'm just not gonna sugarcoat it. But the fact of the matter is, you had some young men who, sacrificed something, and they'll remember that more than having played in the game. Had they played in the game and lost, nobody really would remember. But they're gonna remember this, and God bless them.
Man, thanks a lot, man, for coming on. Thanks
He's
for the
coming
story.
Back.
When the book comes out, or when you start the book, let us know so that book can go get a. What's the title of that book again?
Addition by Subtraction.
That's with the amputation.
That's with the amputation. Comes out in June.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
We need to have you on the preaching circuit too. You're very inspirational.
Well, I'll be back with Sustain the Change, man. We'll talk. We do. We do the motivational speech. Everybody ain't meant to be a preacher. Well, yeah, shout out to Eric Thomas.
I got to ask you though. I mean, really preaching or what's up? You got that? You got it?
They don't need to preach. They just need to be motivated. That's all.
No. I take. I mean, I get invited to youth days and stuff like that to preach.
Yeah. So,
I don't mind that. But I mean, I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not a pastor. I'm not a pastor. But let me be that one.
Gary, you see what he did? Gary, did you see what he did?
I don't need all the lights. I don't need the accolades. I don't need 3,000 people. If you need just one person to give a testimony for God's goodness and His grace, let me be that one.
Gary, he got it down pat. I don't know if he got that from Niles or whatever, but he got it down pat.
Shout out to Bishop Donald Alford of the Kojic 5th District. That's my dad's side of the family. That's my
I hear you. Thanks for jumping on with us, man. I really appreciate it. Rory is one of our brothers, and he said this was powerful. Thanks a lot.
Love you guys, man. Love you guys. Reach out.
Peace. Man, Gary, that was a good pick, man. Bringing our boy on. Whoa, that was nasty.
Listen, that was nasty. I didn't get a chance to finish this, but like I said, some people don't know. We go back and forth.
Yeah.
And this is what makes this program special. Carlin turned out to be a super guest.
Yo, I don't even want to tell you what the numbers look like, but I'm
looking at it now.
So we need to bring him back on so we can get our hype back up. That's what he did well. He did well. I loved it. Charito was saying it was an awesome interview. Carolyn, thank you for sharing from another perspective. Education is the key to understanding, and it's true. Sometimes we run off and don't even know.
Everything that Carlin said was 100% true.
Yeah.
About the Navigator's son. Yeah. Oh my God.
That's what messed me up just now. And let me tell you how you know he right. When he said they be giving the updates from the Navigator.
When he said the girl with the gap from Charlotte. It's true, son.
Yo, I
But you
couldn't
see, and the
believe
only thing back in school that negated you being a navigator, the girl with the gap from Charlotte, you found out that was like Coop's cousin.
Right. Or you find
Like you
right.
found out, and then that negated her.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so I always tell
Or the cats would be like, yo, leave her alone. Leave her alone.
or the word is out, be like, yo, no, that's
Mhm.
Erica Clifton's girl.
Yeah.
Cousin or whatever.
Yeah.
And so you got to fight. So if you really like Erica Clifton's cousin or
Mhm.
Dallas's sister, you
Mhm.
have to vet your way the long way.
It's true.
You just can't be. Yeah.
We said we're not going to be on too long today, especially that we miss Paul out there. So let's just go ahead. And I think what I wanted to do was I wanted to thank everybody for that the Pathfinder, the
go
Pine
ahead,
Force join. All right, I did put a list out there of all those, but I only put their initials because some people don't want their names to be put out there. So I just put their initials, and thanked everybody for doing it. I think we picked up around $1,500 for pizza. So we did like Girl Scout.
I'm saying
Mhm.
Gramps can get some pizza money. I'm saying.
No, man, I can't mix those two together. But it's our people. You ain't putting me in jail for no $1,500. That's for sure. Anytime you see me locked up, Gary, I'm gonna be locked up. I'm bigger than that. Another thing I want to put out there for Pat Graham. Last year this time we started critical trading. You remember that? Last year this time we started critical trading. So what I'm trying to do now is to find some time to start a class back up. I think I talked to you about this or Paul about this. So what I want to do with this class is you got to pay to come to this class, right?
See, Pat, you got to be like careful with that stuff because I would support it because when you start paying people to teach money,
right?
And I'm going to be very optimistic.
Yeah, be honest. Go ahead.
And then people start making money, then you're going to get that Robin Hood or that SEC to find you because
no. Let me explain that because you're right about that. I'm not teaching them what to buy. I'm teaching them how to buy. That's the difference. Now, I'm not saying I'm doing it.
My man, you could remix it all you want. I'm just saying I'm sounding like mom right now. Just be careful because you're super talented, and then people going to lose like $1,000 and be like, that dude put us down the wrong path and all this kind of stuff.
And you know what, G, you needed to come to the class that I taught before. We never discussed finances like that. I only was teaching them how to get it right. Deanna said I get a scholarship, right? No, but listen, G, hold on. Let me share what the class was like. It was an 8-week class, and there are those who are in the comments right now that was a part of that class. I taught for 8 weeks how to the stock market and the penny stocks, and I taught it because I'm the product. I started with $2,500, and in 9 months I was at $179,000, and I wanted to teach how I did it. I taught for free how to do it. But here's the kicker with this. This is what I wanted to share because you didn't let me finish. What I want to do is go ahead and teach the class again, but charge people. Listen to me. $250, $299. Now listen to this. In 2 months, I'm working through this part. If they don't reach a certain mark, or if they're not seeing progress, I'll return their money 100%.
You're a kind man.
No, I would. Let me tell you the reason why. And this is what I learned. Anytime you charge somebody something or they have to invest in it, they do better than them coming to a free class. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because in that class that I taught, and all of them were women, when I say all of them were women, all those that hit the 100,000 mark, they're all women. There's about 13 people in a class of 170 something people that reached the 100,000 mark. And all of them are women. And so it can happen. So in other words, I'm going to teach you how to do it. I'm going to charge you $250. Then if you ain't do nothing, I'll take your word for it. If you ain't do nothing, I'm going to go ahead and be like, yo, I'll refund your money. But I want the students that's sitting there to learn something on the spot. And if they pay $250 to sit at my class 8 weeks long, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. Somebody in our class told us that what I taught them, They went to a class and learned the same thing for $4,000.
Well, all I got to say, Pat, is I'm saying this not because you're my brother.
I got you. You don't want me in that
No,
money.
no. I'm not going down that road.
Mm-hmm.
Can I finish? Let me just
Go.
finish.
Go ahead.
You are.
Remember, I got the controls. Yeah, this is Pat Graham here. Just letting you know that. No, I'm just kidding. Come on back, G. Come on back.
See, you playing yourself. When I'm about to say this,
Nah, go ahead.
No. I'm gonna set you up now. Right. Remember the other week when you called me?
Yeah.
Right. And you tried to tease me, and you're like, "Yo, G, you feel lonely?" And you try to make a joke out of it. And I said, "Yeah, I am
Pat,
lonely."
You made me
then
feel bad. You did make me feel bad.
I'm about to make you feel bad right now. Right?
Go ahead.
I'm just telling everybody, my brother, when it comes to this stuff, is a freaking genius. Y'all need to get on board with this. Really straight up. And the only thing I'm mad at that I didn't get a piece of it. Pat won't even give me a dollar.
Listen,
$25.
my own brothers were not in my class. My own brothers didn't come to my class.
Well, they would have looked different.
Free class every Tuesday.
Right. I didn't go to the class.
No. It's okay. Let me tell you something, G. There's so many facets to this.
No, Pat, you're a genius when it comes to this. I mean, so let me just, again, I'm big on this.
I got you.
But make this show good. People see three of us, right? I don't think we're struggling now, but sometimes we think that one is better than the other. So like Carlin is a big fan of yours, but Carlin and I has the biggest connection when it comes to sports.
Yeah, I'm not a sports guy. I'm not a sports guy.
So, it's just like nature has it. What makes you so special to Carlin and not me?
Yeah, because I'm better looking than you are.
Granted, I know all of that. I know all of that.
I think.
But you seem.
But here it is. Pretty.
But you're better looking. But a lot of people don't know that I'm more friendlier than you. As great as you are, a lot of people don't know. And then look, Paul is missing today, and everybody misses Paul.
Yeah, I can't believe that. Not that guy.
Right. So I'm here just blown away.
We can't get him to get to. Listen, Paul comes on at 2:59, y'all, right before it's time to begin. We be like, yo, I don't know where Paul is, and he just jumps on and he just does whatever. But
we did say this. So Paul is the face of our family, because Paul is just like simply irresistible, and a lot of people don't know that Paul is the smartest out of all of us. Paul is like flat out the smartest. Everybody like giggle with him, and Paul say this, but when the rubber meets the road, right? Paul is like the smartest cat you'll ever meet.
Matter of fact, Paul had the best grades while we were growing up.
Sure did.
Paul had the best grades.
Paul didn't have to study.
No, and Paul graduated on time. We up there trying to follow him. Paul was good.
And another thing Paul did is a lot of people didn't see Paul study, but I seen Paul make grades without studying, and I seen Paul make grades studying. And then the one thing I tell y'all, don't get into any theological debate with him, because you will lose.
Yeah, he'll take you for a ride. He'll take you for a ride. This is my man Justin. He says the brains, the voice, the connector. Boy, I'd love to see which one is which. But Gary, I am thinking about how to do this right. I am, because I do believe
right. How much I'm going to get,
and I'm gonna tell you why I did this in the beginning. Because if I said to you now, yo, here's $1,500, here's $2,000, you immediately, we as Black people, we need to change our thinking. I'm talking to you right now. Just hear me out. We need to change our thinking and stop being consumers. Right. So to be honest with you, I'm sorry, G, but I just don't go to McDonald's no more. I don't do those type of things anymore, because I had to change my mindset that if I could take $10 and turn $10 into $100, why am I giving that $10 to Chick-fil-A? Do you understand my thought process to that? So my thing is that if I could take at that time $2,500 and turn it to $100,000, then I don't feel like I need to give my money away to anybody. I don't need, I don't feel I need to do that. So what we have to do as Black people is change our thought process and the way that we put money back into the community, or how we save, or how we invest. Nobody tells us those things. So
there's a lot of things that in finance that we don't know.
Sure, but we should.
Yeah,
we should.
But the whole thing connects, right? So you me, you, and Paul didn't get smart too late. I mean, I don't want to talk about
Good.
rich wealth or wealth. Like, one of the things that we believe in here is that parents need generational wealth. They make it like this big thing, right? Generational wealth, according to the three of us, is passing down your good stuff. You understand?
Yes.
So if
Yeah,
you're
I
not a
agree
mid,
with you, but not all of us. I understand. Yeah, you can't count our family because they have prepared whether we did our part or not. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to.
no, but I'm just talking about the mindset you're talking about, P.
Oh yeah, yeah. But
Because
hold on. Okay, so this is what I want to tell you. You're right at that. One thing that we have to recognize, and this is what I want people to stop with, because I'm 50. I'm gonna be 52. Because I just learned this. Don't go back and say to yourself, man, I wish I knew this at 20 years old, at 21 years old, because you probably would not have made the right decisions at 21 and 22 years old with this. At 51 and 52 years old, and learning about the stock market now, or learning about mutual funds now, or learning about what to do with your 401 or your 401k now, it's not too late to be able to do that.
They had a kid here who works for the post office, right? And I think he was doing overtime, and he saved $90K.
Gary,
hold on, Brett.
Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead. No, let me tell you why I understand that.
Right.
If you live below your means, and I'm not there yet. Oh, no, G, I'm not there yet. You know, there's a whole lot of discipline that needs to go on even while you're investing and while you're working. Because remember, they got people who are making $35,000, $40,000, $50,000, and they're saving their money, living in a one-room apartment and investing and doing a whole lot better than some of us who are coming home with 150 grand a year. So you got to change the mindset. So why should I drive around in a Tesla? You got me? When most millionaires don't even drive Teslas and don't drive Mercedes Benzes and don't drive. Most millionaires don't drive those things.
My favorite one is, you know, the clothes we wear. But you know, Pat, I'm going to support your class where that is. So
G, I'm gonna put a little secret out there that I probably won't say again. You probably just have to rewind this. I always learn. Use somebody else's money to make money, not yours. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you're going to find that a lot of these guys that do money back guarantees, you hear me carefully now, I would have already done something with your money before I'm giving it back to you. You understand what I'm saying? So here's the point I'm trying to make with this, G, and we'll move on from there. From here, because this wasn't in our run sheet, right? This wasn't in our run sheet.
No, that's okay. The run sheet is there to guide us, right? So
here's what I'm saying. I'm gonna open up a class. I gotta get some things out of the way for. I'm gonna open up a class, and I told everybody to come to that class with $1,500. Some made good moves, some made bad moves. It's fine. The point that I'm doing it for is to make sure that you understand that you got to stop putting your money in places where it'll never come back to you. Never, right? So when I eat McDonald's, guess what? I'm going straight to the bathroom in 2 hours. The same thing that I ate just now, I'm flushing that, right? So, and I know I'm using that as a big deal. So I'm wearing my polo right now. If I told you how much I bought or where I got this polo from, you're going to flip. I ain't buying nothing at 100%. You understand what I'm saying? So the point I'm making with all of that is I really want you to become a part of a class where it's not a get rich scheme. What it is I'm going to invest my money. Lorraine Blake asked, how old is too old?
Never too old.
Never.
Because if you hit the lottery today, you ain't putting nothing back.
Never too old. Never too old. You could take $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, even $500. And say, you know what? I'm going to learn how to do this thing. And I'm going to say this because there are people on here that's in my class right now. Remember, one of the rules that I made was that you have to build a watch list. Gary, hold on for a second. Just give me 2 minutes and we'll run it. When you build a watch list and you understand how those 10 or 20 stocks behave within a certain day or a certain week, You could make thousands of dollars in the stock market by understanding the behavior of how a stock moves and the trends of that stock. All right. So I just want you to be able to understand. I want you to have money, to make money, and to pass down that generational wealth. If Jesus don't come back, you need to make sure your kids are already taken care of, that they don't have school loans. Come on, G.
Well, there's two things. One of the biggest blessings that I got, and we'll share this. I don't want to belabor the point, but these last 3 weeks, these conversations, because Vanessa White, because we've been talking about this, and it gets a lot of people. The number one thing I've learned is
Valerie Swan. She know the deal. That's my girl right there.
My mom and dad took care of us for the first 25 years, and they made a small goal. Not rich people. They didn't want us to have loans coming for school.
Sure.
So, and I'm going to say something, and this is what I love my dad about. And my mother and father are great people. And I want people to understand this when it comes to money.
My dude, who's this?
Is that Zovi?
Nah. I think that's Charito.
Nah, Charito not going to send you no picture without sending it to me.
Nah, you're not on the you missed the chat. You missed the chat. So you missed it. I think she was sending it to you. So you
no.
That's a birthday picture right there. I'm trying to tell you that's a birthday picture. Why would I
Pat, stop right there. Just stop right there. All right. A couple of days, Nilsa's coming home. I don't need any heat. All right. So let me get to this.
All right, go ahead.
I want to say very important. So I'm going to use my father for instance. Right.
Okay.
If I went to my dad now and I said to my dad, I want money for let's do it that I'm expanding with and we've been, and I'm doing pretty good. My dad will find it hard to cut a check for us because my dad is on this. He really wants us to see us do well before he closes his eyes. He's big on that now.
Yeah.
Right. So I want to be very fair to him. But if Paul or Patrick went to my dad and said, I'm building an online church ministry and I need 10K. My dad is more apt to give Pat and Paul the 10K because this is what my dad understands.
Right.
You understand?
Preacher.
So,
right.
So a young person or a younger person like me would be upset. Like, oh, he's favoring Pat and Paul over me. No, people are not going to give you money or come into you if you do not understand what you're putting your money, what you're putting your money into.
Sure.
So it's just like there's people out of the blue who love what we do on Snacks, like what just happened with Carlin, or one of the things that makes Snacks very powerful. And I got to say, we need to say hi to my girl, Victoria, Chandler's daughter. Because the other day she was saying hi.
Yeah, that was good.
We're very personable. So there are people who follow us and like that. So people are going to put their money into something that they think they're going to get something out of you. So nobody knows about your genius. And now you're offering your genius again. And you gave your genius away for free. Last year. Right. So you're my brother. You wouldn't even give me your genius. You'll just be like,
no, you know what?
And I mean that in a good
way.
No.
Let me tell you what I mean by that. A lot of people say to me, Pat, let me just give you $1,000, give me $1,500 back. I don't like messing around with people's money. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not even my brother's money, right? And I think I told this story before when I took $20,000 from one of our cousins, and I put it on the market, and it dropped. It dropped to like $2,000, Gary, from $20,000. This is 1999, like right after the .com burst, right? And what happened was that I'm coming to you, Lorraine. So what happened was he called because he had an emergency, and he said to me, Pat, I need that money. I'm about to put money down on a condo here in Maryland. I was like, yeah, but I'm down almost 95% with your money. I didn't tell him that, right? Gary, I prayed. No. I went to the bathroom and threw up. Okay, I threw up because I ain't have his money. I had about around $1,500.
You know you're narrowing who this money's from because I don't know who it is, and now you're just breaking it down.
Okay, but I'm telling you, I told you in Maryland, so you know, buying a condo in Maryland. So, Gary, you know the ticker on the bottom on CNBC? I'm looking at it. I pray. I'm like, God, I need to give my cousin back his money. And what am I going to do? This is 20 grand in 1999. Down on the bottom, it passed. It said CVL. You didn't hear me.
Camp Victory Lake, y'all.
Camp Victory Lake. Gary, I lied to you not. It was a three ticker went across, said CVL, Camp Victory Lake. I put the $1,500 on Camp Victory Lake. That must have been like 11 in the morning. Some fluke happened with it, and that CVL jumped from there to straight $20,000. The mark was $20,000. I sold it at $20,000, and I made a promise to God that day. What do you think my promise was?
Don't fool with people's money.
I ain't trading nobody's money no more. So there's nothing you could do to me. You ask everybody that was in my class that called me, was like, yo, Pat, I'll give you 10 grand. Just give me back 15 later. My answer is absolutely no. Why? I'm not doing, actually it's illegal for me to do that anyway. You're not allowed to trade like that.
Because you don't have a Series 7 license.
Right, you need a series license to be able to do that. Lorraine said, is it true that you should only invest money that you can afford to lose? No.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
No. And let me tell you, you could, all the money that you have, you could afford to lose. None of us have money that we can't afford to lose. So if you look at it like that, then why don't you just throw that money away or have fun with it? No, it's not what you could lose. An investment. Remember, this is not gambling. This is investing. There's a difference between gambling and a difference between investing. You are putting it on something that you believe in. You are putting on something that you know about or that you have studied about, right? And
so let me play devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
So with all these sports books, with FanDuel,
sure,
and Caesars Sportsbook, and I'm a person, very good in sports. I can predict some stuff. Why can't I have a watch list of teams and players that I watch?
Okay.
Play a parlay, make about $15,000. And I don't mean to put it out there, throw a curveball. What's the difference?
Well, G, let me ask you a question. Let me throw it back for everybody that heard that.
Wow.
Really? No, seriously. When you buy a house, right? You ought to be thinking not just how good the house is, but what's the closest school to that house? How close is the fire department to it? Where's the hospital? Are they planning on doing improvements in your neighborhood as far as it's concerned? Is the plumbing going to come in? How long have you been in that house? How long has the roof been up? Are you understanding where I'm going as far as that's concerned? When you invest in something, you're not just doing it because somebody said so, or somebody said this is a good stock to get into. You have studied that stock and watched the trend of that stock. To me, the difference with sports betting or playing the lotto is that, first of all, the chances are way too high. Way too high. Investing is not a chance game. Betting is a chance game. Do you understand what I'm saying? So in other words, if you say Mike Tyson is about to go get into the ring with so-and-so, all right? Mike Tyson has been working out. He's been doing his thing. He's been blah, blah, blah. The other person is going to fall. I didn't gamble on him. If I knew he's going to fall, I didn't gamble. I'm investing in that, right? But if I don't know, this is a 50-50 chance or this is a so-and-so chance, nah. That's the difference. That's my mentality of the difference with it. So even when I look at biblically, Jesus had said, or in one of his parables, I'm giving you talents to go and I want you to come back with returns. One guy buries his, right? The next guy does whatever with his. The point I'm making is that everything we do in life should be an investment for it. Let me give you an example about your shoes, right? If you go out there and you buy shoes and you buy those shoes and you only wear it once a year, you have lost out on those shoes. It has to be in your mindset what's the cost per wear of those shoes? You understand where I'm going with that? And I don't mean for us to think that way, but that's the way millionaires think. You must have a millionaire's mind before you become a millionaire. I am not going to buy this thing unless it's going to do something for me. So when I buy a house, I'm not looking for the value to drop. I'm looking for the value to go up. As soon as I get into a Tesla and I drive off the lot with that Tesla, it's already a 30% drop on it. That's not an investment. You understand where I'm going with that? So we got to be able to understand that my money must work for me in some way or another. We don't do that. Black people are consumers. We got to get out of that thing of being a consumer. In the Jewish, we grew up in Brooklyn, New York, in Eastern Park, in Eastern Parkway, around those, around that way, around Eastern Parkway and all that, or Bensonhurst and all those type of places. The Jewish people keeps their money in the neighborhood 7 times before it leaves. We don't do that, right? So what we need to be able to do is to sit down together and say, hey, instead of me going out there and going shopping every Friday, let me go ahead and let me save $500 a month and let me take 250 of it and put it into a mutual fund. Or let me take 250 of it and put it on the stock market and take this or whatever. And let me see how crypto is working. Let me understand.
Or simply saving the money, even though you don't get interest. Some of us don't even have a systematic savings.
Exactly.
Or auto pay, so you don't miss a payment.
That's right.
You know,
that's right. Gary, let me tell you something. Credit should mean nothing to us.
Well,
the reason credit is a form of slavery. Or are you at 800? Are you at 600? Are you at 700? Why should I be worried about that? Whatever I want, I should be paying cash for it. Are you getting where I'm going? Why should I have a credit score in order for you to control what I buy or what I do? Nah. I don't have to deal with that. So here's my point. And I don't even know how I got to this in the first place. My whole point to all of this is we got to be, we're too much of a consumers. We got to be better consumers. And your wife or your husband who's in this got to be in oneness with you when it comes to this, because you're going to be saving at one end. Meanwhile, the window is open and money is going out the other end.
Those Amazon packages. Lord,
yeah. Amazon packages be showing up and you'd be like, wait a minute, I thought we were on some type of crap here or whatever. So I'm starting over from scratch here in the spring. I'm starting with about $3,000. And I'm telling you that by the time I get to the fall, I'll be at $100,000. Okay. I have not put it together yet for students yet, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. And I'm going to have people watch me. That's another fee. Watch me do it. All right. Anyway, let's move. How's your mental health thing was going? I know you got a program that's running.
P, I'm very surprised of the success I'm going to say we have had with the mental health.
Okay.
So every Monday, Phil is building his brand. Phil does Boys to Men at 5, 6 o'clock. And I do grief counseling at 8. So, and then I hooked up with Derek Green.
Right.
And for the last 2 weeks, and thank you for letting us use the platform, because that's about to bounce out. Tomorrow we're doing trauma and mental health. And one of your colleagues, Dr. Stoddard, I think he works along with Gaston.
Yeah.
And he'll
Gaston.
be on
Gaston. Yeah.
And Leah Chapman will be there.
Good.
So we're moving on that. So we're just growing over there. So the mental health thing is doing very well. Thank you for asking.
That's good.
But let me just say this: the consulting part.
Yeah.
And I'll just put it because we have good audience. I'm going to Washington State to help with a.
You said I work for AEC. What you mean?
Yeah. I'm going to Washington State to actually open a clinic up there.
Right.
And then I work with literally 3, and I'm sad to say this, but I work with 2 Adventist schools that are not African American on mental health.
Gary, that's
The
another show.
the
That's another
other
show.
I don't. You're right. The other one, it's kind of like a underground thing, or do you not recognize? It's just like, you know,
It's another show, but that's another show because you know I'm big into mental health now.
right.
Not on your side or you guys' side of it. I mean, I am for to be able to get my license. I'm doing therapy. But I need to tell you, G, we are far behind. There's nothing wrong with therapy. Mental health to me is the next pandemic. Come up.
It's actually now happening.
Yeah, it is. It is now. You're right.
It's
It is
actually
now.
happening now.
It is now.
And
It is now.
you know, it's I say this. I know this bothers a lot of people. Did you hear this? I said, if your church is buying video boards before they're taking care of their mental health, you're in the wrong place.
I believe you, G.
Mental health now is a evangelistic tool.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Gee, man, I just needed to get out of here. I'm sorry for running this thing so long, but
You see my snacks?
Remember one time? Yeah, what snacks you got there? Okay, I like that.
Yeah, man. I've been doing.
I got put onto this
Mhm.
Kettle Classic Maui barbecue. I'm gonna tell you, this joint is hot. Anybody ever taste this before? If you're in the chat, please let me know. This thing is the bomb. Now it's gonna let your blood pressure go up.
You don't do that no more.
The joint is hot.
All right, man. We're fast already. Wow.
Yeah. All right.
Carlin ate up a lot of time. I didn't know we had that much fun with him.
It's 5 o'clock. And also, I wanted to say this. Remember one time you jumped on, you was like, yo, Pat, what's the next thing? What's the next thing to buy? Let me tell you something. Your girl just put this out here. Because of the war. Because of the war. Listen to me carefully now. I'm going to give y'all a tip, and you don't even have to join my class after this. Because of the war, all the stocks are down.
Mm-hmm. Yo, I'm glad I didn't sell my Prius, bro.
Yeah, that's right. Because of gas prices, right? Listen. All of the stocks are down right now. Who you think is buying up all the stocks right now? All them. Okay. All right. The war is not going to last long. As soon as the war turns itself around, those stocks are going to fly back up. Remember this now. Wars make millionaires. Okay. Wars make millionaires. I'm just going to give you that tip right now. Okay. Buy low now. When with the war going on, all the stocks are down right now. Come on, G, let's get out. What you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow, 9 a.m. I am moderating. I stepped up.
Okay.
Mental health, 9 to 11. We're doing that. So tune in right here on Snacks.
Gotcha.
Where the Snacks will be here.
Gotcha.
So join us there. And before you go to church or what have you, join us at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Got you. I'm off tomorrow, but we got these funerals. Benji passed away. Hadassah, we talked about, had passed away. So we have friends, we have funerals that's going on right now. You said March is going to be Women's
Month,
right? Women's Month, and you know who I'd really like to get on this show, Keslin Bray, if we can get her on.
Well, Keslin is working with all of us doing our doctorate degree.
Right.
So,
Always
give a big shout out to Keslin Brady. Gaston, there are scholarships. There are ways around for mental health. The hardest part about mental health is now that you have to do the time.
Right.
You can do the classes, but you have to do the time with a person and with a supervisor, and then you have to pass the test.
Right.
Right.
Well, we'll bring her on. I think she's good. I think I'd like to see a lot more of us do PhDs, and I think it's good. All right, got to run out of here, G. I'll see everybody on the back end. And yep, Paul is of course with family at in Orlando, Florida. And we just want everybody to have a blessed Sabbath on here out. G, I'm going to pray everybody out. Do you have any
mental health manna starts next Friday. Next
It's coming.
Saturday
Okay, it's coming back. And
in March. Yeah.
come on, everybody, please put your prayer request in. This is my cousin. He's saying prayer. He has an appointment with for a colonoscopy. Awesome. Anybody else, we want to pray for you out. It's a Sabbath coming around the bend. Anyone else? Happy Sabbath, Maurice. Happy Sabbath, guys. Thanks, Yvette. Thanks, Yvette. Come on, let's get some prayer requests that's out there. Anybody need you to pray for someone? Corinne is asking us to pray for her health.
We got you, Corinne. We got you.
We'll do it. Pray for her health.
Carolyn, we got you always.
As usual, praying for her family. Say what's up to your husband for us.
I saw those beach shots. We're jealous over here.
Yeah. I got you. I got you. Decisions.
Gaston, just say yes, man. You're good.
Yep. Nah, maybe not, Gary, but okay. I think I know what he's talking about. Lakeithia is actually saying he's starting a new journey, closing my business.
Big thing. That's very
closing
big.
My business. Closing my business. Join my group. I don't know when I'm gonna start it yet, but join my group. Lakeithia, let's go somewhere with that. Erica, we know the deal.
Bible boot camp.
We know the deal. So
starts Tuesday for Paul.
Right, Paul. Bible boot camp starts on Tuesday, Paul. We would be praying for that. Sam is asking us to pray for his nephew. I think he was hit by a car, I believe it was, that I understood. We're going to continue to pray for him then. Someone's recovering. Marisa is recovering from heart surgery. We'll be praying for the Reed and the Small family. Linda's asking us to pray for, is that Northeastern Academy Education Department?
Yeah.
Okay. So
they have a symposium this weekend. And they're looking for a superintendent. So a lot of stuff is going to come out there. So we're going to leave.
Gary, I got this.
Yes, I did. Yes.
Brother Conway passed away.
Mommy told me that.
Yeah.
Mommy did tell me that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Right.
Charito is thanking God for answers prayers, has a praise report.
She's graduating. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but she has made a step in something that she's wanted to do.
That's awesome. Awesome. We're going to pray for nephew's safety. They said they haven't heard from him and they're concerned about him.
Oh, she said I can. So Charito is a journalism major. And so now she is going to go into journalism and broadcasting. So she is graduating, I think in 2 weeks. She finished her capstone. Okay. And so, I'm very proud of her.
Good.
She worked very hard on it.
Good. And he was hit by a car on his way back to OU.
Wow.
I know Daphne had lost a sister. Right. I remember that. Lost a sister. We'll be continuing to pray for you.
Yep. Pray for my son. He's on his way home.
Yeah. And Zoe is on their way home.
No, Zoe made it.
Okay. He's on his way home to you. So he dropped him off in Maryland and he's continuing on to New York.
Gotcha. He'll be here soon. I'm making his bed and I'm vacuuming his room. See, fathers do that stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true.
People said, yeah.
I'm sorry, Gary. Go ahead. Dave Ennis he's asking to pray for his wife, daughter, and sister-in-law who are on a plane to California. They had a month.
Dave has had a lot of
has
lost a lot of family over the last year.
Yeah, he has.
We'll pray for that. Yep.
He has. Continue to pray for him.
Yep.
And his family. It's good. Continue to pray for him and his family. Well, we're here and
pray for Paul.
Yeah, Paul and
safely.
His trip back.
Yeah, finish it back. We're on Finette. Yep.
Okay. All right. And everybody, we just want you to have a happy Sabbath. What we want you to do is to rebuild. We want you to recharge. Just plug into the master, whether it's through being at a service or being at or just even nature. All right. Yeah. Just even if it's nature alone. All right. Let's just go ahead and get that done. Hey, let's bow our heads, close our eyes. God, we thank you so much. You're just awesome to us. Thank you for a great show today. And we're asking you, God, for continual strength, mercy, those who are traveling. As so many that's been on here, colonoscopy is going to be They're gonna have that. Those who have lost family members traveling to California. Man, the list just goes on. Daphne, whose sister has passed away, and going through the grieving process. We got praise reports, God, of graduating journalism with Charito. There's so many things, God, that you have done for us, and those of us who are listening right now. We thank you for the Sabbath that you've given to us, and we just ask you, God, that we may recognize that you have given it to us, right? And I ask you for a double portion of your Spirit as we enter into the Sabbath hours, God. We just look for you to do for us what we can't do for ourselves. Traveling mercies for Paul, who's going to be traveling back from Florida. Lift up my dad, and of course our family. We've lost an aunt, and there's 3 more left. So God, we ask them they may have hope and trust and faith in you. At the end of all of this, we just ask you to continue to bless us, family and friends, until we see everybody next week again on Snacks. When you come, we ask you to save us. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
Let me give a big shout out to my man, Michael Nixon, Andrews University. Bro, you're inspiring me. I'm trying to get him on the show. Yeah,
we'll get him.
Yeah, that whole Nixon crew. What's the name? The brother wrote a book. John's brother wrote a book. Michael, he made it public, so he's just in the gym all the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So looking good on that. We got your back, and thank you for the inspiration. There's a couple of y'all out there that is inspiring me. So I want to let y'all know. Thank you.
Gotcha. Gary, this is crazy. My girl said to us, and she was joking around, Pat, I'm gonna beat you up. And it says your comment goes against our community standards. I mean, Facebook is just.
Oh, that's what they said.
Yeah.
That's. Oh my goodness. You know,
unless somebody reported, I don't think anybody reported it. I think that Facebook picks those type of things up. And so I think they had hit somebody for that. What we want you to do is just make sure you tell them, nah, it wasn't like that, so that they don't block you. Facebook is crazy, man.
By the time it gets to that, it's too late, man. So
yeah.
You know, Facebook is a little bit more punitive to people of color because that's the way we talk or whatever.
Right. They don't understand our lingo.
Right. And you know, you cannot legislate that. Yeah, so
I got you. Okay, she said I'm subscribed. I am subscribed to Snacks, but I'm not getting alerts when you guys go live. I would have been on a long time ago. Janelle, we'll make sure to see how that works out.
Yeah, I'm going out there in July.
Okay.
To speak on mental health.
Okay.
Ginny is my girl. Yeah.
All right. All right. Talk to you later.
Later.
Peace, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks.